What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Midas. Make sure you put a king in front of that. Let's go. And we finna get into it. Elephant in the room. None of you are going to fulfill your New Year resolution. None of you. And I actually have an article that actually backs up this data. We go through these things where we're coming into the new year. Everybody wants to try to, refresh, restart, renew, try to come up with new ideas that they want to pursue and things of that nature. The thing is, we gas out. Just human nature. We gas out. And what I want to do is I want to talk about why we don't fulfill our resolutions and maybe a few things that we can do to actually get the ball. We do get the ball rolling, keep the ball rolling. Some tips that can help along the way. So I'm finna get right into it. So this article that I got is from Fisher College. This was published back in February of this year, 2023. Okay. They say researchers suggest that only 9% of Americans that make resolutions complete them. In fact, research goes on to show that 23% of people quit their resolution by the end of the first week. And 43% quit by the end of January. Almost half of us quit by the end of January. There are 4 reasons why people seem to fail at New Year's resolutions. Goals should start at a time of change or need for change. So many resolutions, excuse me, I got a little cold, excuse me. So many resolutions are set because it is tradition. Goals are your visions of what you would like the future to look like. If you are setting a resolution for tradition's sake, then your motivation will be lacking compared to a goal set because of a need. Expect obstacles. No matter how small or straightforward your goal is, there is always a chance for an obstacle. To keep your optimism, identify obstacles and create plans to avoid barriers. This will reduce the possibility of setbacks or failure. So there's this saying, and I hope I'm saying it right, but failing to plan is planning to fail. I hope I said that right. If you are going into a resolution very delusional, thinking that everything is going to pan out the way that you want it to, the way that you thought that it should pan out, it's not going to work. Your resolution has already failed before you even begun. You have to identify the failure points. You have to identify the obstacles in your plan that can possibly be a distraction, that could possibly have you change your course of action. You need to identify these things so that you can stay the course and keep the ball rolling on the resolution that you set. All right. Set goals into challenging, measured but small chunks. Data shows that if you set challenging goals, you will be motivated to reach them. Goals that are measured will not only show your progress, but will inspire you when you see the data. It also gives you a chance to celebrate small wins when you reach a milestone. Any celebration of a goal will help you continue pursuing the goal. That's actually a tip already right there. And I think that's very accurate. If you have a goal that is extremely ginormous, break that ginormous dream down, break that resolution down. Okay, before I get to this, I need to do this. I need to do this to do this. I need to do this to do this. And once you map out your road, you know what I'm saying? Once you map the road out and you figure out, okay, I'm going to hit this milestone. And then once I hit this milestone, it'll allow me to hit this milestone. And then this milestone will allow me to hit that milestone. If you stair step the goal, you will be extremely more successful. You'll be way more successful in what you're trying to achieve. Accountability. Studies show that people who not only write their goals, but set up a way to be accountable for them will be twice as likely to achieve them. Accountability means that you are responsible to someone to accomplish the goal. This can be motivating. There are 4 ways you can set accountability. I like this. Now we're going into tips. Tell a friend. Create or join an accountability group. Use technology, like setting measured milestones on an electric calendar or hire a coach. Now that last one, a lot of us might not, be in a position to hire a coach, but we can definitely, achieve these other tips. Tell a friend, create or join an accountability group, use technology like setting measured milestones on an electric calendar. I like those a lot. I actually use the electronic calendar myself, and it keeps me on par as to what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to achieve and accomplish. Tell a friend. I got 2 guys that are pretty much left ear, right ear, and making sure that I'm doing what I need to do, making sure that I accomplish what I need to accomplish. And they call me, hey, did you do this today? Did you drop that post today? Did you hit your financial goal today? What was your daily goal today? Oh, okay, you hit it. All right, bet. Good. Now, what are you going to do to maintain that you hit it tomorrow? These type of people, if you don't have these type of people in your corner, I think you're also setting yourself up for failure. And I think that if you put yourself around these people, but you are not yet coachable, you're not yet ready to be moldable, then you're also setting yourself up for failure as well. So I think that what you need to do before we start getting into the accountability phase, I think what you need to do is really take in and start to understand yourself and know yourself and put yourself in a position that you're ready to start taking on or being put into this accountability seat for what it is you're trying to do and achieve. So you got to start there first. You got to start with yourself. You got to be accountable for yourself first before you have somebody else be accountable for you. All right. Granted, there are several other reasons a resolution may fail, but these 4 are the core reasons why people fail to achieve new goals. Okay. They also have 3 references that you can cite as far as following up on this article. So I will be posting a link to this article in the description below. So what else I got is, okay, according to Tony Robbins, most resolutions are not just a matter of doing something once or twice. Transforming your life requires deep self-reflection, overcoming your limiting beliefs, and building new habits. Now, I like that. I'm going to add a little bit more sauce to the ribs. Transforming your life requires deep self-reflection, overcoming your limiting beliefs, and building new habits. I think it's even further than building new habits. I think what happens is, or what needs to happen, is that you actually need to build a new you, period. You need to build a new you. You need to develop new habits. You need to develop, you need to develop your no BS zone. Okay. I'm not going to be dealing with this. I'm not going to partake in this. I don't even want my name around this. You need to become a brand new you. Altogether, new habits, new way of thinking, the way that you think about life, the way that you think about money, the way that you think about health, the way that you think about everything. It needs to be a complete, totally new you. And I think that once you're able to get into that type of mindset to where enough is enough, and you start to move towards and shifting towards transforming, becoming a new you, then a New Year resolution will happen. Granted that you put the milestones in place. Granted that you figure out what those milestones are, what those milestones should be. What are the obstacles? Identify the obstacles. All right. I'm going to read a little bit more and then I'm going to get on out of here, man. I want to make this a quick one. Unrealistic goals. Up to 50% of resolutions fail because people set unrealistic goals. And what I want to add to that is not only can the goals be unrealistic, but I'll just be blunt, the idea doesn't make sense. The idea is nonsense. You know, you're pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to make something happen, trying to get something going, trying to get something off the ground. But the idea is just, it ain't it. The idea ain't it. Let it go. All right. Unclear goals. People may fail because they're unclear about what they really want to achieve. So there's one major question that a lot of wealthy people ask, and they themselves have figured out. It's the why. That is a major question. You have to figure out the why. Once you figure out your why, everything else will slowly and surely start to fall into place for you. You will start to hit these milestones because you know why you're doing it. Psychological phenomenon. New Year's resolutions work for some people because they are a prime example of a psychological phenomenon known as the fresh start effect. And yes, that goes back to what I was talking about as far as transforming. If you find deep in yourself, if you do that deep self-reflection and you understand that in order for you to get to where you've never been, in order for you to achieve what you've never achieved before, you have to do what you've never done before. Okay? That is completely transforming you as a whole entire person, changing your whole entire mindset, changing your whole entire level of education. Drag and drop the nonsense into the wastebasket and start to install the intelligence that you actually need to help you. Psychological reasons. People may fail because they think too big. They're not considering the why behind them. And the fact that they may not be ready for change. See, they're not ready for the change. That's why I said you have to make sure that you do the deep self-reflection, understand who you are, understand what it is you're trying to do and where you want to go. Okay. Come up with your why you want to do that, why this should happen, why it should be that way. Start to develop your milestones. Identify the obstacles within these milestones. Set forth on your journey. Like, it's not I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Okay, great. So what are your obstacles for losing the 50 pounds? Well, you know, this is going back to the deep self-reflection. Well, I'm addicted to Doritos. Hostess, they got a hold of me. Insert whatever here. You know, I'm addicted to cappuccino. You know, that's high in sugar. Insert whatever you want to insert here. I lose motivation. You know, I'm ready to go to the gym. You know, I may go to the gym for a little bit, but then, you know, I kind of lose the motivation or get bored. Okay. Now you identify these obstacles. Okay. What are you going to put in place to make sure that you don't lose that motivation, that you don't fall into this boredom? What are you going to do when the craving for the cupcake comes around? What have you put in place to curb the hunger for the sweets? So these are things that you have to identify. These are, you know, Google can help you with trying to find, healthy breakfasts and things of that nature. You can reach out to other people. There's coaches available. You can talk to Planet Fitness. You can talk to these type of establishments, or find a group. Find people that you can communicate with that can give you the actual information that you need to help you with losing this weight. All right, statistics. According to Life Protect 24/7, an average of 44% of Americans make a New Year's resolution before the night is over, but only 31% of them stick with the promise they made to themselves the prior year. So only 31% actually stick with the promise they made. That's actually a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was going to be way lower. So 31% actually stick with the promise they made to themselves, the goal that they set for themselves. Okay. That's because they handled everything else. They did everything else. They transformed themselves. They transformed the way they think. They transformed the level of education. They set the milestones. They did the work. They did the groundwork. And they're able to continue down this path because they laid out the milestones and identified the obstacles. All right, couple tips. Set goals and make a dedicated plan to achieve them. Try to set smaller goals, such as spending 5 minutes a day learning a new word or skill, or insert whatever you feel you would like to add into that. What would you like to learn? Write out a list of goals to provide you with direction. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. I hope this is able to help. But I want you guys, I would like to see that number actually higher. Like I said, I expected the number to be lower. 31% actually stick with the promise from the prior year. That's pretty impressive. I thought it was going to be lower. Now I would like to see the number higher. I would like to see that number higher. So you guys got the tips. You guys got the stats. Don't be part of the stats. Be the outlier. This is the one time you're going to hear me say, be the outlier. This is where the outlier reigns supreme. Okay? Be the outlier. I will see you guys in the new year. Happy New Year's 2024. Peace.